If you're a contractor running Meta ads, I've got bad news, okay? Meta is going to spend every single dollar you give it, whether it books you a job or not. The job isn't to make you money, the job is to spend your budget. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact setup that flips that control back to you. So your ad spend doesn't just turn into money being spent, it actually turns into booked jobs instead of a pile of tire kicker leads. So let's get into it. Okay, so I run ads for service businesses every day, and the same mistakes cost contractors thousands. I'm going to walk you through the whole setup, how your account should be structured, and which of Meta's AI settings to turn off, the bid setting that no one really explains, the numbers that you should actually judge your ads by, and how to stop paying for leads that actually ghost you. So save this video, you'll want to come back for it. Okay, so why Meta actually burns your budget? Like I said, Meta's going to spend every single dollar you give it, whether it's a book job or not. Meta's an actual spending machine, okay? Contractors, they set a $50 a day budget, and Meta spends that whole $50 even if the lead that day was junk. The platform isn't broken, it's doing exactly what you told it to do, which is just spending the money. The fix isn't just spending less, it's telling Meta what a good lead actually is worth to you. Okay, now with Meta's updated AI, you're gonna turn off all the AI you could see you're gonna turn off all the AI you could possibly see. Meta just pushes you to leave every AI feature on, and trust me, even if you think that every single one's turned off, once you publish that campaign, you're gonna see that it still has some recommended AI that's still turned on. And this one's just huge for service businesses, especially because they don't even notice it. For a local contractor actually chasing lead quality, some of these are really going to hurt you. Okay, audience expansion. This is going to pull people that are outside of your area that you're wanting to locate and put them into your ads. You're basically just saying, okay, the location I put that I want the ads to run to, screw that. I'm going to have Meta pick for me and show the ads to people that are not even in that location. What that's doing, especially if you're a service business, is putting the people that are not even in your service area to looking at your ad, wanting to just know more about your business. You've put that location down for a specific reason. You want to keep it that way. Okay, creative enhancements. This is going to take your ad, your creative, and just change it up completely. And it's going to mess with your brightness. It's going to add music. It's going to even change your text and just add a bunch of AI variations that you don't even need. So turn off the aggressive ones so Meta's just not rewriting your whole message. Audience network is just something that's not even like with Facebook and Instagram. I don't even know where that ad shows to, but all I know is it doesn't bring results at all, and I've tested it before, and trust me, it's just going to waste a bunch of your spend having that turned on. Only click the social medias you want your ads to be shown on, so either Facebook, Instagram, or you could just do both. Keep the structure simple, okay? You're just going to do one campaign, a broad audience, and about 3 ads. Let's just say you're spending about $50 a day. This is perfect for you. You want to let the algorithm find your buyers, okay? That's why you want to make this a broad audience, because you can't just pick your audience up front when you haven't even tested out what audience works for you. So you need to test right away what your audience is, and having a good creative, which is just your ad that, you know, in the beginning of the ad, I prefer doing videos. Pictures and static images are just, they're good, but videos are always going to outperform. So in the video, if you call out your audience right away, like let's just say you're a service business and you live in LA, you're going to call out your service area. Okay, Los Angeles, you're going to say that in the beginning of the video. You're going to call out your area. You're going to create a problem, diagnostic. You're going to solve that problem, and then lead this to a direction of where do you want this audience to go. Now, obviously, a different video is going to go over this topic, but that's how I kind of want you to already think about it, is like you want to have your video basically explaining what audience you want to bring in for you. So yeah, right here, we're going to have the same offer with 3 different hooks. So the offer could be a bundle package. It could be like a new customer deal. Different hooks would just be like trying out different beginning of the video sentences. Maybe like just, you know, trying out different hooks, variations to kind of bring attention. And then from there, you just see who the winner is. And that's usually what Meta is going to spend the most into. And then with the losers, you know, with the people, with the ads that you're not getting jobs out of, you're just going to cut that off. Okay, this is the setting that no one really explains. Your budget controls what you spend. Bid strategy controls what a lead costs. This is 2 different dials. So daily budget, it's how much you spend. That's all it does. Let's just say $50 a day. It says nothing about what each lead costs. Now bid strategy is how much each result is allowed to cost. So you put for a specific ad, I don't want a result to cost more than $50 to get. Okay, it's gonna try hard, you know, it's gonna try hard to get that result before it actually hits that limit. For most of you, I just say you guys should turn this off. Just let Meta test what ad's gonna work. I wouldn't limit how much it's gonna spend because it's not always gonna perform the best. Okay, and these three options right here, as someone that does meta ads, you're handing cash to Meta every morning doing this. So highest volume. Here's 50 bucks. Give me as much leads as you can. I don't care what each lead costs. Okay, you don't want the highest volume, you want the most qualified lead. It's that simple. Cost per result goal. Here's 50 bucks. I want the average lead to cost around 40. If you can't get near that, don't spend it at all. Okay? You're limiting it as well, so don't do that. Okay, this section is pretty self-explanatory. Cost per booked job. The only thing you need to worry about as a service business is how much do you spend on ads that books you a job. Okay, judge your ads by the cost per booked job, not the cost per lead, not the cost per click, cost by a booked job. Okay, a $40 lead that turns into a $10,000 job. That's cheap. A $5 lead that never turns into anything is super expensive because that adds up. So cheap leads feel good, but they don't book anything. So track what a lead actually costs you after it turns into the actual work being done. If you close 1 in 5 leads and the job is worth 8K, you could pay real money per lead and still win. So stop celebrating cheap leads and start actually counting how many booked jobs you get. Because if you're getting these low quality leads, you're gonna get a bunch of people filling them out, but you're not gonna get people booking your service. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. Kind of explained it enough already, so you guys have to take it as it is. Your ad is super tired. This is why a lot of ads get expensive, and they can get expensive fast. Okay, ad fatigue is a real thing, and when your audience sees the same video, same picture too many times, Meta charges more just for you to actually put it into their page every single time. So what I'm trying to say here is, when your ad fatigues, you need to create a new ad, and it could fatigue pretty fast. It depends on how fast Meta shows your ad. Doing that, you want to put a custom column called frequency. That's going to show you, okay, how many times the average person saw your ad. If your frequency shows a 2, that means the average person saw your ad twice. Okay, when they see your ad twice and hasn't become a lead, okay, it's something that's going on with your video. You need to just start up a new creative. And I'm not telling you, okay, I'm not telling you the person that sees your ad for the first time is going to buy. They're most likely not. But this is going to be a different video. But basically, when you do run ads, you want to test a couple different ads. You want to have a top of the funnel ad, which just builds trust for your business. And that could be another hook. You want to build trust. So when someone sees that ad, they're not signing up for your service. They're looking at that ad and being like, okay, I could trust this business. And you only do this if you don't post a lot of content on your page. If you have a lot of content on your page, people can see you organically and already build trust that way. But if you don't have a lot of content on your page, you want a top of the funnel ad that basically shows why they should trust you. And then when they see that ad, okay, it's fine if your frequency's up because you want people to see that. Then you go down to a middle funnel. Middle funnel kind of just goes more in about your services, any offers you have. And I'd say bottom of the funnel is more like, okay, you want them to book the job, you're doing like retargeting, whatever. You're trying to get these people to actually buy your service. So there's a difference. If you're trying to build trust though, don't worry about that ad fatigue because you're building trust. If you see that frequency start to build up, it's just because you're showing it to the same audience. It's getting them compelled to whatever your business is. And then after that, you want to be worried about the offer video. So the offer video is going to show what your offer is, and from there, if your ad fatigue goes up, okay, I'm just yapping, but if your ad fatigue goes up, you need to change your offer, hook, whatever it is. Okay, that's it. Form or landing page. Okay, I've talked about this tons and tons of times. You don't want more leads, you actually just want ready to buy ones. An instant form, you're getting a bunch of cheap leads, high volume, tons of tire kickers, okay? Because an instant form itself is just so low commitment. It's easy to fill out, and most people forget they actually filled it out. A landing page goes more in depth about your business, why they should trust you, reviews, services. There's a FAQ, which boosts the page's algorithm, and SEO, which is really good. It builds a bunch of trust, especially if you don't have that online presence. You don't post a ton on Instagram and Facebook. Landing page is definitely for you. And yeah, you want to ask questions like job type, timeline, budget range. This qualifies your prospects, so that way you're not just getting a bunch of tire kickers, like I said, filling out your form. You want to filter them out before they ever reach your phone, before you ever get the estimate, just because you don't want to waste your time as a business owner and you don't want to waste their time as well. It's 50-50. It goes both ways. It's not just you as a business owner, okay, sacrificing your time for them. You're also sacrificing their time as well. You don't want to waste their time. You want to just make it, a fair share. You guys both respect each other. Okay, stop paying for leads that ghost you, okay? This is pretty self-explanatory. Someone went on your landing page, they got a quote, and they went quiet. Okay, most service businesses, most contractors, they give up, but don't. Okay, you run one retargeting ad to everyone who's engaged into that ad. Okay, it's only one reminder, one offer. That's about it. It's the cheapest, high converting thing there is. You're talking to people who already raised their hand. And if you don't want to have a retargeting ad, I don't see this working that well with contractors, just because a lot of the spend does go back into an ad. You got to run your funnel system, right? But if they do fill out your form, you have their contact info. It's as easy as just getting their email or phone number and just sending them a message again after a few months or a few weeks with a good offer or, a seasonal discount. It's just keeping them in the loop, okay? You want to keep them in the loop because, like I said, they didn't exactly go to another contractor or go to another service business that has another service. They just kind of it was just bad timing for them. But yeah, basically just bad timing. Speed is the whole game. This is super important. Right here, a 5-minute old lead, it beats an 1 hour old lead every single time. A lead comes in, a text goes out right away. 60 seconds. You're still on the roof, but the system already replies. This is basically just saying okay, if you're busy, if you're in the truck driving, you don't have to worry about texting back a lead, or you forget to text back a lead. You don't look at your phone, but the system does it for you, okay? And then when your system's nurturing your lead, texting it back and forth, you have to get this set up with Go High Level, by the way. If you want to just know what it looks like, I'll do this for you. You just got to hit me up separately, and then we can kind of go over it. This is a whole different system. This makes sure that your lead is actually being nurtured while you're at the job or while you can't answer the phone. And speed to lead is a real thing, okay? It's known, like I said in the last video, if you don't respond within the first 5 minutes, 80% of that being a closed job actually just turns into someone ghosting you. So simple as no follow-up equals losing a job that you paid for. Refresh your creatives before they fatigue. You're going to add that frequency, add column. You'll just press column, the plus sign next to column. You search up the ad frequency. You add it onto your column. Let your ads run. And after a few days, just check the frequency. If it goes up to that 2, then you just want to refresh that creative. Now, if you'd rather not build this all yourself, that's literally what I do for contractors, service businesses, anyone trying to run their ads. It's a done-for-you system that just filters out tire kickers and puts more booked jobs on your calendar. The link's in the description for a free breakdown. And if this saved you money, subscribe. I break this down every week, so just subscribe and follow for some more content like this.